Well, I was recording a video, and I had about over 20 minutes of footage, and I don't know what happened to my phone, but it's gone now, and I am very upset. So, let's try this again. My name is Tara, which I didn't say in the last video, but just in case you know. But hi, welcome to the video that I am re-recording, and you guys can't see what I'm doing. I actually talked about a lot of things that I liked, but let's talk about a controversial topic. A while ago, I think it was, I don't know, sometime in the summer, I saw a video on YouTube, which I didn't watch, saying that the video title was "You Are Not a Self-Taught Artist," and I didn't watch it because I thought it was dumb. I watched it because it didn't interest in me, even though I like art videos. And so I think I'm gonna talk about that. Probably biased that I am talking about something I didn't gain my own gain. What's it called? Gain like the other perspective side of the things. But let's hear my side first. Okay, so usually artists say they're self-taught, as they've been drawing since they were little, which is pretty good because if you like something, then you're gonna stick to it. For me personally, I remember doing being in art class, when I was in elementary school. Yeah, sure, just everything fall down, and I liked it a lot. That's not a word. Liked it a lot. I really did love it. And so, from there on out, I just drew on my free time. I wouldn't say I've been drawing since I was a baby, but I know that's true, but I know people are tired of it. I'm just telling you, I realize that art was my passion right now. And yeah. So, I would say I'm self-taught. Everything I know about art I learned by myself, and that brings us to the topic of this video of what it means to be a self-taught artist. To me, you can have completely other different opinions on it, so here's what it means. So I want to say never, I hardly had a art teacher. I went most of my school years not doing art, and I never had an art class until senior year and the very last semester before we all graduate and everything. Before quarantine times. Anyway, so I would gather my own resources, and that's what I think it means. Being self-taught is you gathering your own resources to do things. And my mouth is very dry, but we're going to continue talking. So, if I can fix this upper torso, the chest, that's what it's called. So, I think being self-taught means you gather your own resources, you do a trial and error, there's no one telling you what looks wrong, you're getting your own criticism and stuff. Like, it's just, remember, criticism is just criticism. Criticism is for helping, and if someone is bashing you in their art, just be like, well, I drew this, and I bet you can't. Actually, don't do that. Don't take anything that I say. Take that with a grain of salt. Don't start fights on the internet. Anyway, so I would always gather my own. I don't remember her name I do. Art a la carte. I used to watch her all the time when I first discovered YouTube as a thing. And no, I'm not a 90s kid. I just didn't have internet until like 2012. I want to say 2012 because we did have internet at school, but I thought it was only a school thing. And like it was like so embarrassing when we first got to school, and like we didn't know like how to work on the computers or anything. So like yeah. Oh, I did it. I drew an arm. Anyways, that's not the story. So I would watch her and copy. I want to say copy. I don't really remember me copying any art. I could be lying, but I'm not. I don't. I literally have no things. I would follow her art tutorials. That's what I'm saying. And I would follow her art tutorials and watch how she draws. And then I would draw it differently, slightly. But at the time, I only had a DeviantArt account, which I'm gonna be honest, I hated DeviantArt so very much. It's not a. I want to say it's not good. It's just not for me. And I'd listen, and then I'll show my family, and then continue doing this. And I would do this for hours. I would come home, do all my homework because I'm a good kid, not like you little. I'm kidding. And I would do my homework and then go on. I don't even think I had a phone at that time. I got my first phone at like 17. So I've really been having phones because I'm 20 now. Stop. Uh, yeah. And that's what I would do. So I would gather my own resources. Like, I would do a lot of trial and error. But, okay, I forgot to mention this. Before, I want to say before I started, I guess it would be before. You know how, like, you have your own art styles and everything, right? I had Sonic characters for my art style. And, yeah, I want to say characters, I had them as OCs. I know, very cringy. And I would draw, like, them in, like, their uniforms. And, like, their characters and everything. I only had one main character, and kid you not, that character I still have today. Her name is Tara, and that's the name that I gave her a long time ago. When I was a wee little 14-year-old. A youngin'. So, yeah, and then I moved on from that and made my own thing. I kept most of the characters. I did do a lot of name changing and design changing. Funny story, funny short story is now that I don't draw Sonic characters anymore, and it's been like, I think I stopped like maybe when I was 15, 16. I get a lot of, I wouldn't say get a lot of requests. People ask me, do I know how to draw Sonic characters? And I was like, ha, I do not. Yeah. So I evolved a lot. I did go from this little cartoon style, and that's the style I've been with consistently for a few years now. My style did change a bit, so I wouldn't say it's been consistent. I'm gonna give him like what's it called? Those pool thingies that you you pull on when the things you pull on your pants to make them tighter. Don't know what they're called. I think they're called drawstrings, but I could be wrong. Okay, so yeah, that's what I would do. Then I went to style that is like I want to say similar. It was like more. I wish I can have it, but because I move a lot, I do lose. I did. did lose. I lost a lot of art that I had kept, and I just forgot what sketchbooks were when I was 16. So I'm on my 11th sketchbook, and oh, I should probably bring that down here. This is my 11th sketchbook right here. Why is everything so hard today? I mean, this guy looks good. Like, I love you, dude. I don't want to go to Target. I didn't know that was a Target thing, Gabe. Anyways, so yeah, I would say I'm self-taught. I think being self-taught means that you get your own resources and stuff. Like, you go to a store, get art books. I'm not a big book fan. I used to be. And it's not that I'm lazy to read. It's just, I actually do have an art book. I think it's the only one I have. And it's called Character Design Quarterly. And I read 2 pages of it and closed it forever. Okay, skeletons, man. I have a very sketchy style. Also, okay, back to the story. So, like, my art style is still changing and developing. Nothing is ever permanent with artists. My style is changing right now. I don't know if you noticed that, but I noticed that for the past few days I've been drawing. That it's changed a lot. It went from this squishy style to a more, I'm gonna say semi-realism, slight real cartoon. I wouldn't say anime because I don't watch anime. I used to, but I stopped several years ago. I think it's been like 5 years. Style. I don't have a name for it. Gonna do some hatching. I love hatching, even though I'm not good at hatching. I'll put in some mountains and a thing and a little cactus. That's not a cactus. That's gonna look like a cactus. It's a cactus. It's a cactus, okay? This is where her shirt ends. Yeah, so being self-taught, I wouldn't say no one isn't, with my opinion. I think a lot of people are. Like, you have to tell, like, if you aren't self-taught, then how do you gain your own style and stuff? I'm so sorry. For the short time I went to college, there was this woman who was probably like in her 40s, and she would draw like a beginner. And I was very apprehensive with her, but the only thing is, I wouldn't say her drawings were bad. She didn't have the right amount of tools. We was doing a lot of paintings, and she would paint on drawing paper, and we're supposed to paint on Bristol board. Like, that's the only downside to her drawing. So if you're listening, lady, You know what would be cheaper? Canvases. How do you feet? Oh yeah. I might color these. Depends my mood. I'm gonna color these. I said depends my mood. Now my mood says now. I had a thing of the colors that I used were, and I cannot find one. So I like the erase. My kneaded eraser is with me, but don't feel like getting it up to go get it. I think I might just only color him because he looks decent enough to be colored. So, okay, when you're coloring, you always use the lightest. I don't remember what color is. Oh my god, I'm so smart. So, let me swatch them just to be sure. This is, he had a red face because I drew him at the beginning of the sketchbook. And then 19, and I think it was 20, and then a blush color. I think this was the blush color. I wonder what markers I'm using. It is a Hulu brush markers. So I'm gonna use these 3 markers. 18's first. I had this liner, and I think I showed you guys in the last video, but I had a liner, and I hate it. I got it from Michael's, and I can't return it. 1, I used it. 2, I bought it like in May. I think it was May. It was like, the reason why I don't like it is because when you use it, the color, the tip like curve, so look like that because of where I'm lighting and everything. And he needs outfits, colors. You know what? He doesn't have a very consistent color scheme. Oh no. Marcus has blonde hair. That's the character's name, by the way, Marcus. How did I do this the last time? At the beginning. Like, how did I do that? I remember using a yellow color. There's 2 of them. It wasn't fluorescent. Okay, that is not even yellow. This one is. I think I remember, so I'm gonna do it this way. So, here's how we're gonna do it. Top soft. And we're gonna do this by lightning. It's not a big painting. I'm not a painting, drawing, but that's how we do it. So I was watching Oliver Antics, and he said that to use a color of splendor, you always put down the color of splendor first. No, I didn't know that. I mean, every time I get a color of splendor, I just throw it away. I don't throw it away, I just don't use it. It just be in my marker case. He looks mad. Probably because I didn't put line art on him. Just gonna darken his hair. I think this marker's dead. I'm gonna give him a very cool gray. That's almost black. Still almost black. Oh, wrong lid. There's a warm gray. I feel like that should be lighter. So, again, take your color of splendor. Do that. Semi looks the same. I don't want to color him with the skin tone colors. There's another gray. Are we still recording? Oh, well, I guess I'm using that one. Won't hurt to try. I mean, it looks good. It's just my marker tip end, because I'm using the broad end, is too sticky. So I'm gonna switch to bullet. Bullet. Switch. Anyways, I got carried away about. Yeah, so doing your own art or being self-taught, I think means like you're just doing your own resources, reading books, getting criticism from like strangers instead of your classmates. And I think that's what means. Like, basically, anyone can learn anything, they just have to have the time and effort to do it. I saw this quote a very long time ago that said, every child is an artist, and then some other stuff, but it was a very long time ago, so don't expect me to remember it. If you know that that quote is, can you please finish it off? I think the rest of the quote was like, but it's up to like something if we pick up the pencil again. Why does he look like he's in a bodysuit? I mean, I guess he can be. I want his hood to be dark. Let me use the color that I picked earlier. I'm sorry, boy, I can't give you line art because my liners are missing. They're not missing, I know where they are. But again, I still don't feel like getting them. I want a dark blue. It's one is darker? The first one is. So we're gonna do some darkness. I don't mind being in quarantine, but I think other people mind it. I mind and I don't mind. By that I mean, like, it's cool that I can't really go anywhere because I never planned to go anywhere in the first place. Like, even my whole life was like being stuck inside my room. But like other times, I'm just like, bro, like, I was watching the news last night, and there was like, because California has this thing where like everything has to be closed at a certain time, and it's like, what time was it? Like, we have to be closed 10 to 5 a.m., 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. And I don't mind because I don't do anything during that time anyway. But everyone's out. There was like a lot of people outside. I would say like 2,000. I'm probably more than that. And they didn't like it at all. And they was like, hey, we're gonna protest the curfew thingy. The closure or whatever you call it. I don't think it's a curfew, but like, yeah. It's just the restaurants and stuff has to be closed at that time. Anyways, I thought that was very stupid. Because, look, the point of us being inside is because cases keep spiking. So, you guys being outside at night protesting and not following orders is because you guys are causing it to spike. And this isn't gonna stop unless you be like, oh, well, I thought what I did was stupid. Like, I'm not saying don't protest, but don't protest over stupid things like wearing a mask. Like, okay, one, I wear glasses. So wearing a mask is annoying, but I will deal with it. I'm a big person, I'll deal with it. I think that's all I'm gonna do today. But yeah, be safe, wear a mask wherever you go. If you want this to get over, then you will listen to at least someone. Don't listen to me. I am not a nurse. I'm just a simple artist. Also, if you are planning on going out, like, for Thanksgiving or whatever, my suggestion is don't. Because think about the health workers you guys are putting in danger. Like, those health workers have lives. Like, so do teachers and everything. Like, what's it called? The essential workers? Like, your ignorance is literally, like, causing people to die. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't live with that on my conscience. I can't. Like, knowing that someone died for something I could have had prevented by just not going outside and wearing a mask. What today's date? I think it's 22nd. 11, 20. It's 22nd. Fuck, I keep putting 2. Let's turn this into a 2. That's just gonna be a weird looking 2. So yeah, wear a mask. Be safe. Hope you enjoyed this little session with me. This guy looks super cozy now. I thought he looked pissed earlier. Man, looked like he got everything in the bag. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Thought that would lighten up the color of it. I will color everything else later. This would be my second time recording. Why isn't it snapping? There we go. So yeah, have a wonderful day.